As a conservative, I have had the intellectual integrity to tell the truth about the Texas GOP's 3 decades of malfeasance and the deteriorating academic fraud and grave damage it has done to the institution of public education. Don't think I have any respect at all for hypocritical Democrats, civil rights attorneys, and groups that have abandoned disadvantaged minority children because of unmitigated political cowardice and or acquiescent ignorance of how they could protect minority children. I have pleaded directly with representatives of all 3 groups above for a dinky amount of funding to help this AEA project, under $10,000, of which not one single penny would have enriched me or my family. It was mission driven, and I'm supporting my mission the best I can. Their dollars would have been used to make sure that minority families with at-risk children would not have had to pay 1 penny for me and team at Academic Equity Advocates to help them directly advocate for their children in public education. The goal is and was to establish a template in KDISD that could be replicated statewide to fight the fight for minority parents whose children have been gravely harmed by the TEA and the Texas Legislature. I want to give you 2 considerations that will be developed more fully as we go forward. Private vouchers will be the fool's goal of conservative ideologues and hypocrites. Private vouchers will degenerate into just another form of conservative endorsed corporate welfare with no meaningful accountability. Here are my 4 primary bottom lines. First, any provider of private vouchers must serve only students whom the TEA has identified as below grade level on TEA current standards. Second, private voucher providers will be contractually required to meet explicit standards of academic growth towards grade level for these students on metrics not controlled by the institutionally dishonest TEA. Voucher providers that fail to achieve such progress for 80% of their voucher clients would be banned from future contracts. Third, my template for direct advocacy for at-risk minority families, for which I sought a token amount of financial support, should become the stick it up the TEA tail operational strategy of civil rights groups in districts throughout Texas for genuinely advancing the needs of economically disadvantaged students. Fourth, civil rights attorneys ought to get off their tails and litigate the failure of the TEA to meet its statutory and constitutional burden of closing legitimate academic achievement gaps for at-risk disadvantaged minority students, and perhaps strategize how to put private voucher providers under the same microscope it should put the TEA. Is it possible for me to be more direct?